In today's video, we're gonna be checking out the brand new Pressol sprayers from Obsessed Garage. Now this thing has a bunch of really cool features, including stainless steel tips, but we're gonna put it through the paces. We wanna see the build quality, pricing compared to the competition, how much volume actually comes out of the sprayer when you pull, because this is a dual pump system. So when you pull the trigger, it sprays. When you let off, it sprays again. And we're gonna be comparing that to some of the traditional well-known brands, right? IK, for example. Also, Tolco. Tolco's like been a detailing industry standard forever. They just make the heads. You can put them on any bottle, and they're chemical resistant and good to go. So we're gonna test all that, look at it, and see if this thing is worth it. So let's go ahead and talk about the whole idea behind this. Matt Mormon from Obsessed Garage went to Pressol. He was the first one to start importing these things. In his traditional way of Obsessed Garage and Matt Mormon, he went deep down the rabbit hole, found the best solution that he could find for what he needs. He wanted everything to be perfect, found Pressol, and then modified from there, worked with them to come out with this design. Again, stainless steel components here. Very comfortable in the hand as well. Just a nice little grip there. It does slide off a little bit, but I don't want it to like dig into my hand. It's very comfortable. Again, stainless steel. However, I will state that they started doing pre-orders on these a couple months ago. And when they finally started shipping, I was very excited. I got my notification. And then a day or so later, I got an email saying that as they were fulfilling orders, they noticed something within the production line of these products. And there was a few select items that were affected by this. And so we're gonna talk about that really quickly. I wanna say good on them. The way they handled this is the absolute best. But they basically said that as they were going through it, they found a little bit of rust on one of the nozzles. Now, these are stainless steel nozzles, and they should not be rusting, especially with the premium grade stainless steel that they're supposed to be. And then they went through and checked them for magnetizing, whatever. You put a magnet to it. If it's magnetic, then they know they may have some issues. So they said there was about 2%, I believe, that were affected. So I wanted to test mine because my order got shipped out before they found that issue. Now they did state if you do have an issue and they tell you how to test it, they'll replace it no problem. So absolute top-notch customer service on that end. Okay, so I ordered 10 of these, the bottle and the sprayer, right? And I have these little rare earth mineral magnets because these are stronger. And if you test the tip, doesn't seem bad, doesn't seem to be like, you barely feel anything. You're like, okay, that's probably nothing. And then you come back to this grip, the textured portion here, and you test it there. Let me see if I can get it to hold. So, yes, it is magnetic at that back point, but it's not up here. So when you look into these different types of stainless steel, especially the more 314, 304, 303 stainless steels, they're not magnetic unless they're cold worked or possibly bent or rolled or whatever to make the shape. So I'm assuming that's the problem here, guys. I don't think that this is any issue. I'm not gonna send these in. I'm just gonna keep testing them. I don't think that's the issue at all. When we talk about the rest of the build quality on this thing, you have this really nice flexible silicone straw. So on the Obsessed Garage website, it says you can spray it at any angle. We're gonna be testing that, especially up against the IK 360s, right? That's what they've been known to do. They also state that these little clamps, they put clamps on, I don't know if that's focusing for you guys, on the connections. Hopefully it will. There you go, I think you can see that. On the bottom and on the top here, so that the silicone straw stays in place. Fantastic. It does state that these are stainless steel. However, very magnetic. So are they stainless steel? Hopefully Matt will kind of get into the comments and answer that. Again, I think it's because they're bent, right? That's a common thread. Once stainless steel gets bent, it can magnetize. So I think that's the case there. One other thing to note is you do have this nice little filter down here that is plastic, and inside of it, let me go ahead and pop this open, is this little steel weight, okay? Now, is this magnetic? Really doesn't seem to be. Yeah, doesn't seem to be. That seems good to go. Again, that makes sense. It's just a solid block, hasn't really been worked over, and that seems good. The little clamps, though, do seem quite magnetic, but again, I think it's just because it's bent. So the reason I wanted to touch on that is because they sent that email out, and I have a feeling they're probably getting, like I just did, testing that. I think it's stainless steel. I think it's just had that little bit of degradation from the process, and it became slightly magnetic. I don't think it's not stainless steel. I think it's good to go. So I'm assuming all of mine are just good to go. I just wanted to put that out there because some people may think, oh, it's slightly, very, very slightly magnetic. I need to return these. I don't know that for sure. Just reach out to their customer service. It may be a case where they're just like, yeah, we'll send you new ones just in case that they've checked. But for me, I'm good to go with these. Now, I've got my brand new Pressol sprayer. Again, functionality, build design, I absolutely love it. It looks incredible. Let's go ahead and talk about pricing really quickly, especially compared to the IKs, right? Because IKs have always been a little bit on the expensive side, especially compared to just putting a Tolco sprayer on a regular bottle. The IKs, this is just the mini, but they have the regular 1 liter size. And that one comes in at a price of about 17 bucks, essentially. This one is 750 milliliters, so slightly smaller capacity, but it is coming at a price of just under 20 bucks. I think it was $19.50 for these guys. Do I think that's justified? Yes, absolutely. Looking at the build quality of this thing, it's phenomenal. So price, I don't have an issue. It's just, if you want to spend that kind of money, you may not want to. For me as a professional detailer, man, you know, picking up Tolco sprayers for a couple bucks each one, when they do eventually go bad, honestly, that's probably where I'm gonna stay. Having these in my shop though, for sure. I really like that, but in my mobile operation where I'm constantly out using them an absolute ton, I'm probably gonna stick with the Tolco sprayer, just my personal preference. But like I said, the build quality on these, it's justified, they're beautiful. Now, because we have the IK 360 Mini, and this one says you can spray at any angle, let's go ahead and test that, right? So on the IK, everything in here is just water right now, by the way, guys. So we have this, again, silicone straw, weighted ball down at the bottom, and it is a ball shape. That's very important. Keep that in mind in a second here. They are just fit over the little attachment points. No clamps on them. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and screw this down, and we're gonna go ahead and spray. Good. Start spinning it around. Spray, 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 spray. Holding it upside down completely. Spraying. No issue. No loss. Fantastic. They were kind of the first ones, I think, to ever come out with that, at least within the detailing industry. Really, really great design. Also, the bottles on these are great, really, really durable. They have this nice plastic housing on them. The labeling card section, which is right here, right? You can put your whatever label on there and slide it in there. That's like the worst part about these to me. These pop out, not a great deal, but you can print stickers or whatever and get that in there. Fantastic little sprayer. Also, build design on this one. They have this little piece in the back, right, that pops off. So when you're using it this way, it kind of digs into your hand. It's a little bit narrow, digs into your hand like pretty good actually. Not terribly uncomfortable, but definitely not great. But with this, when you have that on there, right, it widens out that piece and it makes it way, way more comfortable. Let me sit this on there better actually. There we go. All right, so now it's extremely, extremely comfortable. I will say the rest of the trigger is very, very nice. The plastic, this is purely anecdotal, guys. The plastic doesn't seem as strong though, just in my personal opinion, compared to this thing. This thing just seems really robust and built very, very well. The IK does have a nice little texture piece though, right on the front here. Just a little bit of extra grip for where you're pulling, which is very nice. This one does not, but it does have a little bit more of a lip that pops out. So again, both of them are comfortable. I don't have any issue with as far as that goes. Both are very comfortable. This one though does kind of hold on a little bit better. It comes back a little bit more than this one. But again, we're just nitpicking here. Both fantastic build quality. Now when we go to the Pressol, again, spray at any angle. Here we go. Spraying good, sideways. Uh-oh. You see that? So, not at any angle, right? Not at any angle. Even sideways. Sideways is fine. Go to the other side. Yep, it's just once you start to go upside down, you lose suction. And I think it's because the sprayer, the connection point, the filter, remember how I said in this one it's a ball, so it slides down the sides very, very easily. This one is not, so I think it gets caught up, especially in the design of the bottle, how it's got some ridges. I think that it's just kind of getting caught up on those sides, and then it's getting stuck. We're losing a little bit of section, it's letting a little bit of air in. Also, the weighted filter moves up and down in there a little bit. It's not a complete seal, which I'm sure they need to have, right? Because otherwise you're not gonna get enough flow through that. So that definitely makes sense. So I think that just when you flip it over, it's hard to see because these bottles aren't completely translucent, but the filter is right here, if you can see that, sitting right there and flush up against the side. So again, it's going to be starving. Like it's spraying. It's not great, but it is spraying. Versus this one, you flip it over. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to see the ball. No, oh, here you go. All the way down here, okay? Upside down, zero issues with spraying. So with that said, if you need something to spray upside down, the IK is the choice. If you need something insane build quality, doesn't spray upside down, but does have the double pump feature, this thing's the way to go. Now let's go ahead and talk about, we talked about price. Let's go ahead and talk about how much this actually puts out, because in my opinion, that actually does make a difference, because I don't want to blast through the solution that I have in my bottle. Again, 750 milliliter bottle. I don't want to use a little bit like that, what I'm used to, and then be out of product because it's pumping so much through. All right, now in order to test the actual flow rate of what's coming through this thing, I took a little bucket here, right? I took this and I sprayed into the bucket 10 times. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? 10 full compressions. Now, yes, I'm gonna use a little bit, right? An evaporation outside of this thing. But I did it the same across the board for all of them, and here are the numbers that I got. So 10 sprays, we divide that by 10 to get our average. I wanted to do it like that so we get a nice consistent base. And on this new Pressol sprayer, this guy here with this unbelievable precision machine stainless steel nozzle and the double pump feature, we were getting 1.56 grams of flow through each time. 1.56 grams. Now a gram, when we're using pure water, a gram is equal to milliliters. So 1.56 milliliters per pull of the trigger. So when we take that into account, 1.56 milliliters, 750 milliliter bottle, that equates to about 480 pumps before that bottle is empty. And next up, we did the exact same thing with the IK sprayer. Again, this head should be the same exact one from the 1 liter size. I just happen to have the minis. And with this one, I was getting, after the 10 sprays, it came to a total of 8.9 grams. So 0.89 grams per pump of the trigger. So when you're using a regular 1 liter bottle, that comes to 1,123 pumps of the sprayer. Fantastic there. Divide that by 2, because the mini, I believe, is 500 mils or slightly more. They stopped their measurement there, but you can raise it up higher. But we'll just give it off the measurement off of the 500 mils. So we just divide that by 2. Still 561 sprays of the trigger compared to, I already forgot the number, 480, I think, with the Pressol. So that's not a good or bad thing, guys. It's just something to notice, because if you're used to using regular sprayers, you're gonna go through product here faster because of this dual pump action. One thing to note though is if I'm using something like a Scrub Ninja to clean an interior and I wanna saturate that pad, this thing, I'm gonna do half the amount of pulls to be able to saturate that pad compared to a different sprayer. So if you're looking for something to saturate more, again, absolutely phenomenal for that. If you're looking to conserve a little more product, if I'm using it water-based tire dressing that I'm spraying on, the secondary pump will throw me off. And again, I may get used to it, but my initial thought is I don't want that. I want to be able to control each spray specifically. And this one, because it pumps off the back, wouldn't work for that solution. So it's just depending on what you're using it for. Obviously you can just spray a little bit as well, but even if you just pull a little bit, you let go, it still shoots. It's still double pump. So really, really cool if that's what you're looking for. And from there, I wanted to test out just some regular sprayers, right? So we have a regular chemical resistant Tolco sprayer. This is one that's standard in the detailing industry. Again, just a single spray type situation, chemical resistant. And this one came out after doing the measurement to 1.1 milliliters per pump. So again, what is that? Just under 1,000 pumps per bottle? Yeah, that would come to 900 pumps of the sprayer to empty out the bottle. That seems crazy, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's really crazy, guys. I'm actually thinking about that math. I can't imagine pulling 1,000 times. It seems like they don't last that long, but we're just basing it off the numbers. Even if it's not exactly that, it still should be, the ratio should be correct on which one gets the least amount of sprays. And last but not least, we have the more generic style Tolco sprayer. This is what comes on my Quiver Hot Coat product, my ceramic detail spray. Absolutely love it. If you haven't tried it, go try it. You can get it on the House of Rags. Use code JOSHV. IMJOSHV. I can't remember exactly. I'll put it in the description though for 10% off as well. This one I tested. This one actually got the exact same spray volume as the IK sprayer. So again, 0.89 per pump, 1.11 per pump, and 1.56 per pump. All right, so I know we just completely nerded out over spray bottles, but I wanted to go in depth and really kind of break it down for you guys to see which one may be the best option for you. Again, that Pressol is the most expensive. It's really only like $2.50 more than the IK, and if you need something that's gonna saturate more and the build quality to be unbelievable, I think that's the way to go. I'm really, really impressed with that thing. The stainless steel nozzles, it's really, really nice. However, if you need something that's gonna spray completely upside down with no issues, the IKs, the IK 360s are the way to go because it's just, they work perfectly. And if you're on a budget, those Tolco sprayers, can't go wrong with those things. Cheap, easy, you can just replace them onto your bottles and keep going. So now I know some of you are gonna be like, hey, where's the durability test? And I can't test the durability of these things since I got them. I got them a couple days ago. I've been using them and they're great and I haven't had any issues. How long are they gonna last? Are they gonna last exponentially longer than the IKs, exponentially longer than the Tolcos? I don't know. What I do know is Matt Mormon has made a video on his channel talking about it, and he's been using it for a year already with, or his sample, you know, his initial ones. A year with PNS Brake Buster and then some other things as well. Higher alkaline, and I think he's tried some lower alkaline, more acidic, lower pH, more acidic things as well, and he hasn't had any issues. So with that said, I will continually update you on this, and I'm gonna be using these things. If they start to break down on me, I'll let you know from this date today, so we can kind of gauge it that way. But that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you guys on the next one.